means movies. Time to check in with our very own film critic from Stratford-upon-Avon, James Luxford. Very good morning, James.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on this morning. I happened to be in Stratford last week. I had to go down and have my wrist redressed in the health centre there. I was really pleased to see the number of sort of coffee shops open and the number of people, sort of outdoors and milling around. It was market day, so everybody was round Rother Street on the corner there, and it seemed like people were out again now and starting to be out in the open air and enjoying it.
It really does feel like a town coming back to life. Stratford is particularly linked to tourism and visitors and people being in that town centre. So this alleviation of restrictions has really seen everything come back to life a bit, even if the weather hasn't been quite there for us the last few days.
Well, good point. And what about returning to the actual cinema, James? Are you going to get an opportunity to do that soon?
Yes, May 17th. I've already got a few things booked in. All cinemas return within sort of social distancing restrictions. There's a whole raft of releases, either of films that are already out on streaming that you're going to be able to see on the big screen, or films like Peter Rabbit 2, which have been specially held back for cinema release. It's an exciting time for film fans. I know a lot of people who've just missed going to the movies will be really on the edge of our seats, quite literally.
11 days and counting till cinema return. We should have a conversation with you on the morning when it all reopens again and try and sample a bit of that special magic going to the movies means. I know it means so much to you. First of all, though, your movie suggestions for the weekend ahead. Where are we going first of all?
We are starting with Mortal Kombat on demand from today. It's the film version of the video game about a fighting tournament between Earth and the evil outer realm.
And this is a little bit of the game itself.
Fight! Finish him! Fatality!
Not the clip of the movie, I should point out. Like I say, a bit of the video game. Is this the sort of thing you need to have played the video game to enjoy the movie or not?
Not at all. I think it's certainly helped by an understanding of the video game, which of course was quite controversial about 25 years ago when it first came out, but now is a bit of an institution in the video game world. We've had a couple of movies based on the game already in the 90s, but this is sort of an update. And if you remember the video game, or even if you're even vaguely across the video game, you'll know what to expect. It's a bit violent, very silly, but fun in a kind of B-movie type of way. The special effects are great, and if you want an action movie that's not too taxing, shall we say, you're going to enjoy this.
Okay, on to your second pick, which airs on ITV2 on Saturday night.
It's Liar Liar, Saturday 7:15 on ITV2. It's the Jim Carrey comedy where he plays a lawyer whose life is thrown into chaos when he loses the ability to lie.
Any change, mister?
Absolutely.
Could you spare some?
Yes, I could.
Will ya? How come?
Because I believe you will buy booze with it. I just want to get from my car to the office without being confronted by the decay of Western society. Plus, I'm cheap.
Hilarious. Carey, any movies, he stars in, he really does, he dominates, doesn't he?
He really does, and this is Jim Carrey, his absolute height of fame in the sort of late-ish 90s. He really has fun with the premise of a slimy lawyer wrestling with the truth, as you heard in that clip. Still entertaining nearly 25 years on, and a reminder of how good he was just at that very height, as I say, just after sort of Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, things like that, The Mask. He really dominated the cinema for a few years, and this is one of those movies from that hot streak.
And that's why ITV2 put it prime time, 7:15, Saturday night, Liar Liar for that. Sunday afternoon, family slot really on Channel 4, and an interesting choice, this one.
Yes, it's the Devil Wears Prada Sunday 150 on Channel 4. Meryl Streep is the boss from hell as a ruthless editor of a fashion magazine who takes on a new intern played by Anne Hathaway.
My name is Andy Sachs. I recently graduated from Northwestern University.
And what are you doing here?
Basically, it's this or Auto Universe.
So you don't read Runway?
No?
And before today, you had never heard of me?
No.
And you have no style or sense of fashion?
Well, I think that depends on what you're...
No. That wasn't a question.
Apparently modelled on the editor of American Vogue, Anna Wintour, the character of Glenn Close in that. And the movie, arguably, James, that brought Anne Hathaway to our attention for the first time.
It really did. She was known for, as a child star, sort of things like The Princess Diaries, and this was her first big adult role, and would start her on a path which, of course, would lead her to films like Les Miserables, where she would win an Oscar. But this is sort of one of the first movies she made as it's transitioning to adult films, and something of an iconic movie, even though it only came out in 2006. Meryl Streep is wonderful, of course. Anne Hathaway is great. I think it's going to be a cathartic film for anyone who's had sort of a boss they weren't too fond of, shall we say. And very well written, very well acted, and it's well worth checking out.
Good stuff. 10 to 2, 150, Sunday afternoon on Channel 4 for The Devil Wears Prada. We'll talk again next Thursday, James. Get some more picks for the weekend after that. And then it'll be the week after that. We'll probably do a little special with you in the morning about returning to the cinema, the magic of the cinema, going to the movies and get you to, describe that and play a role for us on that morning coming up. In the meantime, thanks so much, as ever.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
James Luxford, our movie critic from Stratford-upon-Avon, with us this morning on BBC CWR.
Saturday mornings on BBC.